Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'll come back with a second part to 3D embossing folder techniques, and I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, that's amazing, I've got to try it. So I've got some 3D embossing folders. What you want really for this is one where you've got some plain space around it. I'm trying to give you an example of this one is not too bad, it's still filthy and I haven't cleaned it. I don't know if you can see, it's not too bad. There are some little bumpy bits in it, that's fine. But you don't really want one that is has got a complete texture on the back. I haven't got one to hand, but this one, I keep showing you this, it's got a lot of mileage out of this, haven't I? This one's got something across here as well, and I don't think that would work so well. You want something with some blank space, I think. Although, I might give this one a whirl at some point. Let's just see let me show you, and then maybe that'll help explain what you're going to do. So I've cut my piece of, and I'm using mixed media paper because a thick card would do. I am going to be putting quite a bit of water on it. And what you want is something really bright and vibrant. So bright and vibrant watercolours, I guess you could use acrylic paints, anything really. I am using some distress inks in various colours, and one has gone missing. Where is it? There we go. There we go. So I'm not going to use them all. I'm going to put some peacock feathers in one. I'm only putting one dot of the colour, and that was something red, candied apple, and mustard seed, something yellow, primary colours. But you use what you like, you just want something nice and vibrant. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add some water to these. And that's just got them in a palette because they're easy to work with there. And I'm going to use a bigger brush and just cover my paper with some water so everything blends really well. You don't want colours, if you're going to use different colours, you don't want colours that are going to create a muddy mess. So think about your colour wheel if you're not sure. This is not going to be ideal, is it? It's going to have my finger in it, never mind. Right, so I'm just going to put in, so yellow and red obviously make orange, yellow and sort of blue make green. You know, those colours are fine. We might come a cropper if the orange and the green mix, but let's see what we do, see what happens. So I'm just putting some colours down. I just want some vibrancy is what I'm after. So if you've got something that gives you nice bright colours, use that. Put that up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I might come in with some more. That's not terribly vibrant, neither is that. Right, let's see what happens here. We're all right near the yellow. We should be all right near the red because that will make a nice purple-ish colour. I think the problem is it's more of a teal colour, and therefore it's not ideal for making a purple. A bit more down here. And I'm just going to go in more yellow because that's what's going to give us our vibrant colours. My yellow's already gone green because I've obviously put my brush in the blue. Something like that anyway, and you can do that anyhow you like because the idea is just to have a bright background. Now I need to dry this, so I will dry it and then I'm going to run it through my embossing folder and then I will be back. Okay, so that's gone through my embossing folder. You can see it's quite 3D there. I did do what I said I was going to do in the previous video, which was put Prit on the back and a piece of white card and put them through together. So that's exactly what I have done, and I've got no tearing on this one. Now, if you've got some kind of shimmer spray, now the lady I saw do this, or the person I saw do this, used various things. I don't know if she'd got her own homemade shimmer spray or whatever, but I have bought some Perfect Pearls. It's like mica powder, I think, and I've used a tiny amount of that in some water to give me a kind of shimmer spray. So let me just spray on here. You don't want too much here, and you mainly just want the butterflies. And now I'm going to dry that because I can see the stuff's moving around on there, obviously because it's Distress ink. So bear with me. Right, I'm not sure that was the best idea, obviously, because the Distress inks are water soluble. So as soon as you put something with water on, it moves them all around. So bear that in mind. Don't mind for this because I quite like the fact that it's all, it did shift again, the colours, and we got some different things going on. But I don't know whether you can see there is gold on there. But, you know, I don't actually think that step is essential. What we need now is to get some pens. Now you need permanent markers. I've got a Sharpie. Well, I've got two Sharpies if I can find the other one. I've got a very ultra fine point and the normal fine point. But what you want to do is go around the butterfly, well, in my case the butterflies, and you know, it could be flowers. And I'm going to go around with a small pen, just around the outside, and give myself a buffer. And then I'm going to go in with the other pen, the fine point or whatever, which has got a slightly bigger tip, and colour all the background in black. Okay, so I'll put you on fast forward for that. Right, that's coloured in. I'll put on screen how many minutes it actually took me to do. A couple of pointers. The first is, if I did this again, I would not use the shimmer spray that I used, because you can still see it. I'm probably going to do this effectively, I'm going to have to give that another coat of black. I think I wouldn't have needed to worry. It would have been nice and black if I hadn't put the shimmer spray, which has given it something to go over extra. So also, if you used acrylic paint on here, that's going to be, you can use a Sharpie on it, but I think that might be harder to cover. So probably something water soluble first, and then go over it with a Sharpie. But practice on a small bit of paper first if you're not sure. Let me just cut that off. So I wouldn't bother with the shimmer spray, and the reason is that, yeah, that's better. It's the next step isn't going to make that much difference. Okay, so I think, I can't remember if this is correct or not. I think, because bear in mind, I watched this video and I've watched 2 videos and done 2 videos, and I can't remember if I've messed them up. I think that this lady now uses an ink pad, a clear ink pad, and embossing powder over the top of here, and heat embosses, which is what I did for this one when I had a practice yesterday. Yeah, but the reason I'm not going to do that is because my embossing powder is not gold. It's really sort of a dingy, not very nice colour. And that's another thing I'm going to ask. Has anybody got a recommendation for a nice bright gold embossing powder that goes on nicely and, you know, looks good? Because I don't have that. I'm going to try instead to use this ink pad, but let me just have a little clean of it instead. I don't know if that's going to show up. Not really. I mean, it does. But if you heat emboss that, I think that would look better. But my gold is not very good. So instead, I'm just going to rub gilding polish over it. But I think if you could heat emboss it, it would look really, really cool. I'm just going over the raised, very, very raised parts, like you would if you'd got, if you just used your ink, your clear ink, very, very carefully over the top. But like I say, I'll leave the lady's video so that you can go and check out what she's done, because she's done it. It looks beautiful what she's done. I wouldn't like. I think I've done a very poor representation of it, but it's, you know, it's using what I've got. I don't have a very bright gold embossing powder at all, which I'd love. I've got a couple, but neither of them. I mean, I would not like to say how old some of them are. I mean, one is from a place called Coleman's, where I used to live, well, at least 10, 12 years ago. So that's how old that one is. And I've got a feeling the other one is maybe not as old, but was perhaps just a poor purchase. It wasn't, it's just not gold enough. Anyway, this is what I've done. Now, you can see the gold shimmer coming through here. If that was completely black, I think those would stand out even more. I think they would look lovely. So anyway, have a practice if you want to have a go. Use your 3D embossing folders. You ideally need a bit of space, but this one didn't have so much space. It had got little tiny, I don't know if you can see them, little tiny bits of raisedness. I just coloured it all black. I just went around the main, I left the main things and coloured over everything else black, and then you can highlight it with either the embossing powder or the whatever I've just used, gilding polish, whatever you fancy. Anyway, just wanted to share that technique as well. I think it's lovely because I love the colours, and like I say, if I'd got some gold embossing powder that I was happy with, I would have heat embossed it, but alas, I do not. So anyway, just a thought. Let me know if you know a good embossing powder that works really well, like a fine one, but it's ultra gold. Let me know what it's called, please, because I do look around and sort of see things, but you just don't know if it's any better than what you've already got, and I don't want to just keep buying things for the sake of it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay safe and well, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.